we had a discussion about just a very basic things we covered, sir, about Python. Just only two sessions we completed. Just only two sessions just we completed, sir. Even both sessions by default available in you in the YouTube. You can able to access those videos, right? So just a few minutes, let me review whatever I covered in the last two sessions, and freshly I will start the remaining things, right? Sir, we are at very basics. Don't worry about if any new person is there in this session. You are not going to miss anything, sir. Don't worry about that, sir. Now let me talk about, sir, what is the Python. What is Python? Python is high level general purpose programming language. Okay, who introduced Python, sir? Anyone, can you please tell? Yeah, who introduced Python? Sir Guido van Rossum. That person introduced. Official date of birth for Python is February 20th. February 20th, 1991. Okay. Next, why the name Python? Why the name Python? Why the name? From where the name Python was selected? Sir, there is one very fun show is there in the BBC, which was broadcasted in the BBC. One comedy serial. Yes, sir. One comedy serial, one fun show is was there in the BBC, which was broadcasted from 1969 to 1974. The complete Monty Python's circus. Okay, based on that, it was a selected, sir. Remember that. So next, Python is functional programming language. Python is object-oriented programming language like C++ and Java. Python is a scripting language like Perl and Shell scripts. Next, Python is modular programming language like Modular 3. Sir, Python is everything, sir. Okay, all in one. Python is everything, all in one. Okay, make sure, sir. Next, and after that, where we can use Python? Where we can use Python? We can use Python everywhere to develop desktop applications, web applications, database applications. Next, network programming. Next, game development. Next, data analysis applications, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Next, IoT. For IoT area, happily we can use this Python to develop any type of application. Happily we can use Python, sir, everywhere. Next, most of the companies, top companies in the world already started using Python. Best examples are YouTube, Google, Microsoft, Dropbox. Next, BitTorrent. Next, and after that, BitTorrent, like sir, IBM, Yahoo, like NASA, like there are several companies, there are several organizations already started using this Python, sir. Next, sir, these are things I covered in the first session. I hope you people may remember. Next, yesterday session I covered the next beautiful things what I discussed, sir, in the yesterday session. Features of Python I covered, sir. Anyone, can you please tell what are various features of Python? Yes, the first one is I covered. It is a very simple, sir. It's a very simple and easy to learn. Are you getting? Easy to learn, sir. It's a very simple and easy to learn. Something like it is a nursery standard. Are you getting? It is a nursery standard, right? Okay, so it's very easy, man. Even school people also can able to learn this Python, sir. Sir, do you have kids? Can you please confirm, do you have the kids? Respond, man. Yes, do you have the kids? Arey, do you have the kids? Arey, yes or no? Can you please respond? Do you have the kids? Okay. Yes. Remember that. Yeah. Sir, almost. Yeah. I'm not asking about whether you are married or not married and so on. Just my straightforward question. Do you have kids? Yes or no? Yes or no? I want to listen only two answers. Can you spell out yes or no? Do you have the kids? Okay. The people who are telling no, don't tell no. Once if I ask this question, again, don't tell no, sir. Very soon, I will be blessed with the kids. Are you getting right? Soon is the answer you have to tell. Don't tell no, sir, I'm not having the kids. Not a good programming practice. Remember. Okay, sir. Assume if you have the kids. Maybe your kids are otherwise your brother kids or your sister kids. Maybe in your house small kids are there, sir. Assume that. So now sir, better to bring those kids also, sir, for our Python sessions. If you are getting any doubt, the kid can clarify your doubt, man. Okay, that much easy programming language is the Python programming language. Okay, sir, make sure, sir, do you have the kids? You have to tell, don't tell no, so on, so on. If you have the kids, better to bring those kids also for this session. If you are getting any doubt, the kids are going to clarify your doubts, man. That much easy language what we are going to learn is the Python. Remember that it's a very easy and it's very simple to learn. Okay, next it is the freeware, sir. It is a freeware. We are not required to pay single paisa also. It is a freeware and the open source. Remember this one, it is a freeware and the open source. Okay, so we are not required to pay single paisa to get the license. Next, based on our requirement, we can customize Python. We can customize Python, right? Next, high level programming language, sir. It is the programmer understandable language. High level programming language, low level features, memory level, security level, these kind of things my Python is going to take care. Being a programmer, we are not required to talk about low level activities. It is a program, it is a programmer, sir, friendly language, high level programming language, right? Next one after that, even I cover platform independent. Are you getting? Platform independent. Independent we discussed. Next one after that, portability. Sir, I hope there is one small difference there between these two words. You people should be aware. Platform independent means write once, run anywhere. Are you getting right? So write once, run anywhere, just like our Java's rule. Okay, run anywhere, write once, run anywhere. Sir, portability means suppose you developed a program for this Windows machine. So tomorrow I want to migrate from Windows to Linux or Linux to Sun Solaris. Are you getting that? Sun Solaris or Mac? Like I want to migrate. If you want to migrate from one mission to another mission, we are not required to change our Python program. Same Python program happily can able to run. So migrating from one network to another network is very easy in your mobiles. Correct or not? By maintaining same number, you can migrate from one network to another network, Airtel to Idea, Idea to Sir Vodafone, something like that. Same way, sir, migrating your Python program from one mission to another mission is very easy. Whether it is the underlying operating system in the Windows or otherwise some other, no problem at all. So portability means the easy is there. Without performing any changes, we can very easily able to migrate sir our Python from one mission to another mission. That migrating capability is by default considered as portability, right? Okay, but platform independent means write once, run anywhere. Write once, run anywhere. Itself is nothing but platform independent. Next, after portability, even I covered dynamically typed. Are you getting? Dynamically typed programming language. Sir, in Python, the biggest advantage, right? We are not required to declare the type explicitly. Sir, now I have one quick question is there. In Python, data types are available or not available? Respond. In Python, data types are available or not available? Prithvi, observe that yes or no. Data types concept is available or not available in Python? Yes, good. Data types concept available or not available? Remember the data types concept available or not available? Okay, make sure the people who are telling no, data types concept available in Python. Remember that, sir. Data types concept available in Python. In Python is available, but we are not required to declare explicitly. Regarding, we are not required to declare explicitly. Remember this one. Okay, so we are not required to specify. Based on your provided value, automatically Python is going to consider, sir. So it doesn't mean data types concept is not available in the Python, sir. Don't misunderstand this point, sir. Suppose here I'm taking, just have a look once, sir. I'm taking x is equal to 10. Sir, I didn't use any data type. I didn't use any data type. Based on provided value, automatically type by default will be assigned. Data types concept is there, but we are not required to declare explicitly. Based on provided value, type will be assigned automatically. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, now if I can consider type of X, if I can consider type of X, then automatically what is the type of X, right? Int. So int type is available in Python, but we are not required, to declare explicitly. Okay, dynamically the type will be allocated based on your provided value. Everyone can aware, sir? Yes, okay. This is nothing but what? Dynamically typed. Remember, but C language, C++, Java, all these languages are statically typed, sir. So they are statically typed because every variable compulsory you should declare with some type explicitly. If you are not declaring the type explicitly, then immediately error by default we are going to get, sir, in Java. But in Python, we are not required to do like that, because by default type will be assigned automatically by the Python. That's why it is considered as dynamically typed programming language. Okay, next, do you know both it is both the procedure oriented and the object oriented, sir. Both the procedure oriented and the object oriented and object oriented. Remember this one, sir. It is both the procedure oriented and the object oriented, right? Okay, sir. Now Python itself, sir, with the class and object, happily you can declare, you can write a Python program, sir. You can use inheritance concept, you can use encapsulation concept, you can use polymorphism concept, like sir, anything you can able to do that. But do you know, sir, without the class and object also you can write a Python program, no problem at all, sir. So it is both the procedure oriented and object oriented, sir. This type of facility available for very few languages. Suppose if I consider C language, can you spell out? If I consider C language is respond. I don't know, I forgot. C language is it procedure oriented or object oriented? Procedure oriented. Regarding it, the procedure oriented, sir. It always talks about functions, it always talks about procedures and so on. So class and so on, it's the procedure. Objects, inheritance, such a type of terminology not applicable, right? That's why C language is the procedure oriented and it is missing whoop benefits, right? Okay, and the missing sir, whoop benefits. Remember this one, and the missing whoop benefits, right? Sir, if I consider Java language, can you spell out what is the Java language, right? Object oriented, correct or not? Sir, Java is object oriented and missing which benefits, right? And missing procedure oriented benefits, correct or not? And missing procedure oriented programming language benefits, right? Okay, so this is, so C language getting advantage of procedure oriented feature but missing whoop benefits. But Java language, if you consider, it is the object oriented but missing procedural oriented benefits, right? But Python is both the procedure oriented and object oriented, sir. That's why you can enjoy benefits of object oriented programming as well as procedure oriented programming. Is it clear for all of it? Okay, that's all. Next, and after that, Python is interpreted, sir. Python is interpreted. We are not required to compile Python programs explicitly. Internally, sir, my Python interpreter, my Python virtual machine is going to take care about syntax checking, all those things. Remember that it is the interpreted. We are not required. It is the interpreted. We are not required to compile explicitly. Remember this one, sir. Okay. Next, if anywhere syntactical mistakes are there, immediately Python interpreter by default is going to take care. Boss, there is some syntactical mistake is there. First correct that mistake. Regarding then only I will start my execution. Like it's going to tell, sir. First correct that mistake. Then only I will start my execution. Like it's going to tell. So we are not required to compile. It is interpreted programming language, right? Next term, sir, even I cover Python is extensible. Regarding Python is extensible, sir, we can use other language programs in the Python to improve performance, to use already existing non-Python code. Happily, we are allowed to use extensible other language programs in Python. Next, Python programs are embedded. Python programs are embedded. Sir, you can use Python program even in other languages also. No problem at all, sir. Next, another biggest benefits are Python having extensive library support. Are getting extensive library support, sir. So do you know extensive library support? Python having this type of facilities, sir. So for each and every requirement, libraries are available. Being a programmer, we are not required to write big code. Remember that we are not required to write big code. Being a programmer, okay, sir. For everything, library is there. Import library, use that. Import module, use that. That's all. We are not required to write big code. That's why in Java, if you are writing 20 lines of the code, but the same program I can write in Python with 2 or 3 lines of the code only. Okay, remember that. So length of the code is going to be down because most of the code already available inbuilt in the form of libraries. We are not required to write big code. Is it clear for all of it? That's why some people are going to use the word Python having batteries. Python having battery for every requirement. Battery support is available. Remember that. So these are various features which are available in the Python. Sir, yesterday we discussed all these features with a brief description. The people who missed that, just this is the brief revision kind of thing, sir, so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Sir, now anyway, in the last sessions also I covered some these points. Just let me repeat next level, sir. Okay, sir, do you know where you can use Python? Where you can use Python to develop which type of application? You can use Python. We can use Python to develop any type of applications, right? Regarding IoT, AI, data science, data analytics, regarding data analytics, machine learning, like everywhere, desktop applications, web applications, like everywhere we can use Python. But there are 1 or 2 limitations are there for the Python as of now. Maybe in the future versions, definitely these limitations are going to be overcome. Don't worry about that. So, limitation of Python. If any person is asking, what are various limitations are there for the Python? Just only 2 limitations, right? So, performance-wise, Python is not up to the mark. Again, performance-wise, Python is not up to the mark. Remember this one. So, because the reason is, sir, it is not the problem only with Python. For every interpreted programming language, this problem by default will be there, sir. So, Python, performance-wise, not up to the mark. What is the reason for that? Every line it has to interpret, it has to convert into the machine code and execute that line by line execution. Sir, it is the interpreted everywhere. This problem by default will be there, sir. Even in Java also, performance-wise, Java never going to beat C language or C++, right? Sir, same rule applicable for Python also, sir, because it is the interpreted language, performance-wise not up to the mark. Next, there is one more area Python not penetrated as of now. What is that area? Not suitable, okay, for developing mobile applications. Are you getting? Not suitable for developing mobile applications. Instead of suitable word, sir, not that much frequently used. Remember this one, sir. Not that much frequently used. Okay, frequently used for mobile applications, right? So the reason is for to develop mobile application, there are pillars are there in the market, sir. Something like your Android and iOS. Have you remembered, right? Okay, Android, Swift programming. There are special languages came to develop mobile based applications, right? Okay, that's why, sir, most of the times Python, Java, these kind of things are not suitable to develop mobile application. Sir, if any person is asking, oh, your Python is the king, hero, something like, you are going to tell, Array, do you have any limitations are there? Then happily you can tell, sir, these 2 areas Python is not up to the mark. Remember that, sir. Everyone got clear clarity? Yes, ma'am. Don't feel Python is always hero. There are some areas our Python is also not up to the mark. Remember that, okay? So this is what you people should aware, right? Okay, Sir, next, sir, what are various flavors are there for the Python? I told right, I told right, flavors of Python, because Python is the open source or not? Yes, man. Python is the open source or not? Yes, it is the open source. Open source means, sir, source code any person can able to access. Any person can able to access, so that based on our requirement we can customize. Based on our requirement we can customize Python behavior, right? Sir, something like Unix, are you getting something like Unix? Sir, Unix, how many flavors came? There are multiple flavors. Linux, HP Unix, or HP Red Hat Linux. Like there are multiple flavors by default. Ubuntu, yes, good. Sir, Ubuntu, like there are multiple flavors are available. Same terminology applicable even for Python also, because Python is open source. Any person can able to customize the behavior of Python, sir. Remember this one, sir. Any person can able to customize the behavior of Python based on our requirement. Okay, like that's why multiple flavors by default available in the Python, sir. Why Python is going to big boom like anything? It is also one reason, sir. Okay, it is the open source and the freeware. Open source, any person can customize based on their requirement, right? Okay, sir. What are various flavors are there, sir? So most of the times we are going to use, sir, which version of Python? C Python. Are you getting that? What is the Python, sir? Can you spell out C Python? C Python. Most of the times the people are going to use which one, sir? C Python. Sir, it is a standard flavor of Python. It can be used to work with the C language applications, right? Okay, sir, it can be used to work with the C language application. C Python meant for C language application. We can use this version of Python to work with the C language applications, right? Okay. Next, second one, sir. Sir, Jaitan. Are you getting what is the word? Can you spell out, sir? Jaitan. Sir, for which purpose we can use Jaitan or JPython? Are you getting? You can use Jaitan or JPython. Happily, you can use. What is the reason for that? It is for, why Jaitan or JPython? It is to work with the Java applications. Remember this one, sir. To work with the Java applications, right? Sir, C Python means, the name itself indicates. To work with the C language, to work with the C applications. Sir, C Python we require to use. Okay, remember that. Next, and after that, sir, there is one more, Iron Python. Are you getting? Iron Python. Don't tell, sir, Python is developed with iron. Such type of Python is called Iron Python. Don't feel like that, sir. What is the Iron Python? This Iron Python is used to work with which applications, right? Sir, it is Jaitan means for Java applications, man. It's going to run on JVM. JVM can able to recognize Jaitan applications, right? No problem at all. What about Iron Python? Anyone having the idea? Iron Python. Yes. What is the purpose of Iron Python? To work with the C# applications. To work with the C# applications, .NET applications, right? Okay, .NET application, C# applications, right? Sir, next, Iron Python. Sir, somewhere you may use PyPy. Are you getting? Somewhere you may use PyPy. What is the meaning, sir? PyPy means Python. Sir, this is Python for speed. Are you getting? Python for speed. Remember, the main advantage of PyPy is performance will be improved, sir. Remember this one. When compared with the default Python, PyPy specially designed to improve performance, right? How the performance is going to be improved, sir? Internally, JIT compiler concept is introduced. Sir. Remember this one. JIT compiler concept introduced, sir, is there inside PVM. That's why. So performance by default is going to be improved, sir. So PyPy, if you want more performance wise, if you want, then we should go for PyPy, right? Sir, what is the meaning of JIT compiler? Just the in-time compiler. What is the job here? Sir, very simple. Instead of translating each line. Just the basic idea I will provide. Have a look once, sir. Suppose this is my Python program. Okay, line 1. Okay, line 1, line 2, line 3, and so on. Sir, almost around 10 lines are there, sir. Assume that 10 lines are there. Assume that. Sir, how the Python interpreter is going to work, sir? Assume that how the Python interpreter is going to work. Sir, normal Python interpreter, sir, read the first line, convert into mission code, and then execute that. Are you getting? How many activities it is doing, sir? Read the first line, and convert into mission code. Convert into corresponding mission code. This is also known as interpret. Are you getting? It is also known as interpret. Interpret means conversion. Convert into mission code and then execute the mission code. Okay. Sir, first line completed, and then second line, and then third line, and then fourth line, and then fifth line, sixth line, seventh line, and so on. Like this is the normal way. This is the normal way. Line by line, and so on. Suppose I have one function is there, sir. Assume that, sir, I have def f1 function is there. Assume, sir, it is the f1 function, sir. Sir, now this is the function. It is something like a method. If I call f1, sir, how many times I can call? Multiple times I can call. Normal Python, just the basic ideas are the people who knows programming, who knows compilers, just a legend, matter of 1 minute. Okay. Sir, now the people who don't know programming, you can ignore just these 2 minutes, no problem at all, sir. Sir, F1, whenever you call F1, automatically, sir, first line, this total code should be executed because F1 function call, it is going to be executed, right? Now my question is, read first line, interpret and execute. Read second line, interpret, execute. Read third line, interpret, execute. Read fourth line, interpret, execute. Like it is going to be happen. Sir, I call again the same function. Again, read the interpret, execute. Read, interpret, execute. Read, interpret, execute. Read, interpret, execute. Like, do you know, if you call this function 1,000 times, each line will be converted into the corresponding mission code. Now the doubt is, already converted into mission code, why you are again and again converting? Unnecessary performance is going to be down. That's why what the JIT compiler is going to do is, JIT compiler convert this total code into mission code directly. Are you getting? JIT compiler will convert this total code into mission code directly. If you call this function, it won't interpret again. Just execute. Sir, I call function again. Execute. We are not required to translate into mission code every time. Automatically, performance by default will be improved. Remember this one, sir. So the functions code, the most commonly used functions code will be converted into mission code only once. We are not required to convert into multiple times. Okay, that is the advantage of JIT compiler. Clear? Yes. Are you able to understand, right? What is the advantage of JIT compiler, sir? Sir, very simple, very simple, sir. What I want to do is, I'm giving, sir, it is a function. I want to call that function 10 times. 10 times, do you want to translate into mission code, or one time translation into mission code is enough? Just observe, sir, in the normal Python, it is going to convert 10 times. But in the case of JIT compiler, it is going to convert only once, that translated code only every time it is going to use. That is the biggest advantage of JIT compiler concept, which is added in the PyPy. Is it clear for all of you, right? Are you able to understand? Okay, that's all. So what is the main advantage of PyPy is to improve performance, because internally JIT compilers by default are there, sir. But anyway, standard version may not have this JIT compilation capability. Okay, like sir, this is the PyPy. Next, sir, any other Ruby Python. The name itself indicates Ruby Python. Sir, to work with which language applications? Respond. To work with which language applications we can use Ruby Python, sir? for Ruby applications. Are you getting right? To work with the Ruby application. If you want to work with Ruby applications, then Ruby Python is the best suitable, sir. Okay, next, sir, Anaconda Python. Anaconda Python. Anyone, can you please tell, sir, what is the meaning of Anaconda Python? Why the word anaconda? Good. Anaconda Python. Anaconda. Okay. Very simple, sir. Anaconda means what? Anaconda means what? A big snake. Correct or not? Big snake. Snake. A big snake, not normal snake. A big snake itself is the anaconda. Okay. If you want to work with the large volumes of data, are getting huge data. That's why big data. That's why we are using the word big snake, anaconda. Are getting big snake to work with Hadoop area, cloud area. Are getting Hadoop area, cloud area, something like. If you want to work with the huge data, big data, then we should go for Anaconda. It is specially designed for handling large volume of data processing. Are you getting that? If you want to handle large volumes of data, then happily we can go for what? Anaconda Python. Remember that, sir. Okay. Next, there are some more versions are there, sir. Some more versions are there. For Hadoop and Scala is used. Bharat, yes, it is applicable to work integrated with Hadoop systems like big data area. This Anaconda Python the people are going to use, man. Okay. Next, not only this, there are some more things are there. Stackless. Are you getting right? Stackless. Remember stackless, sir. This is Python for concurrency. Remember this one, sir. Python for concurrency. Do you know multi-threading applications, especially sir, stateless, like a Python for concurrency, like there are multiple versions of Python, or there multiple flavors of Python is there, sir. Okay, remember that. Next one after that, some people are asking, sir, is the syntax a big different from version to version? No chance at all, sir. Syntax 99% syntax is always the same, but internal way of implementation, just maybe API support, library support may be different, sir. Remember this one, sir. So that's all. Sir, this is stateless, sir. Is the computer stateless Python for concurrent programming to improve the performance. If you want to develop concurrent application, then automatically we can go for what? Stateless version of Python. Remember that. Sir, that's all. These are various flavors are there for the Python. Remember, I hope everyone can able to understand. Yes, why these many flavors are there? Because Python is. Why these many flavors are there? Because Python is open source. Remember, Python is open source. Anyone can able to customize based on our requirement, right? Okay, sir. Version to version, flavor to flavor, much syntactical differences won't be there, sir. Best example. If you go for, do you know, right? If you go for Unix and Linux, majority of the commands always same. Unix and Linux, majority of the commands are always same or not? Yes, because Linux is also flavor of Unix only with the small changes. So the same type of thing by default will be there between these flavors. If you know one flavor, working with other flavor is not at all a big deal. Don't worry about that. That's all. These are various flavors are there, sir. Next, sir, Python versions. What are various versions are there for the Python? Remember that Python versions. So if a person is asking, if you are going for the interview room, sir, which version of Python you are working, or you know which version of Python, what answer you can tell? Can you please guess something? Respond, man. Good. Can you please respond? Which version of Python? I'm not talking about which flavor of Python. Flavor of Python is the different, version of Python is the different. Yes. Okay. Good. Make sure, sir. Sir, Python having total 3 versions. Remember this one, sir. Python having total three versions, right? Sir, Python 1.0. Are you getting? Python 1, Python 1.0. Next one after that, Python 2. Next one after that, Python 3. Remember this. Python 1, Python 2, and Python 3. Sir, Python 1 introduced in 91.0 official version introduced in 1994 Jan. Remember this one, sir. In 1994 Jan, it came in the picture. Python 2 came in October 2000. Regarding October 2000. Next, Python 3 came in December 2008. Remember that. So these are the three Python versions came. Of course, in these, there are subversions are available, sir. Python 2.7 or Python 3.6, something like subversions are available. Don't worry about that, okay, sir. But officially, sir, major versions are nothing but Python 3 and Python 2 and then Python 1. Okay, like that. Now I have one small doubt, sir. Think a bit very, very carefully, sir. There is one small observation you people should be aware, sir. Sir, which is the most recent version of Python? Python 3. Correct or not? Which is the most recent version of Python? Python 3, sir. Remember that. It is the Python 3. Of course, internally, there are some subversions are there. I will take care about that. Just have a look once. Have a look once, sir. Python.org. Just this is our official website for the Python, sir. Python.org. Observe that. Python.org. Okay, like now if you observe, sir, if you observe here, which version of Python, like if you observe the, sir, download Windows, sir, can you please observe, have a look once, what is the current latest version, sir? 3.6.5. are you getting right? 3.6.5 is the Python 3 latest version. Python 2 latest version is also there, sir. If you observe, Python 2 latest version is also there. What is the Python 2 latest version? 2.7.14. 2.7.14. Now, sir, you people may have the bigger doubt in your mind, sir. I'm sure, sir. Already Python 3 came. Is the Python 2 newer versions are coming? Can you please guess? Python 3 already came. Most recent version. Is the Python 2 also will be updated? Sir, tomorrow Python 3.6.6 may come. Sir, tomorrow Python 2.7.15 also may come. Python 2 is enhancing parallelly. At the same time, Python 3 also enhancing parallelly. Sir, then immediately you may have the bigger doubt, sir. Sir, already Python 3 came. Why we should go for Python 2? Why they are adding new features in the Python 2 also? Yes. Anyone got sir, this doubt? Observe a bit very carefully, sir. Why there are two parallel versions? So no. Yes, why, sir? Already it is there Python 3. Why they are talking about Python 2? Remember that. Yes, that is the biggest specialty for the Python, sir. Remember this one. Python 3. Sir, I developed one program in the Python 2, sir. I developed one program in the Python 2. Is it going to run on Python 3? Yes, ma'am. Anyone can you please tell? Python 3 can provide support for Python 2 programs or not? Respond. Python 3. Sir, I developed one program for Python 2. Is it going to run on Python 3? Compulsory it should run. Sir, in other languages, but in Python, no, sir. Backward compatibility is not there in the Python 2 and the Python 3. Remember that, sir. Python 3 not going to provide complete support for Python 2. Remember, backward compatibility is not there in the Python 2 and in between Python 2 and Python 3. That's why Python 3 developed as individual separate version, not based on the Python 2. Python 2, sir, is developed individually, like so. Make sure, sir. So why, sir? What is the here? This is the Python 2. This is the Python 3. Assume that, sir. Sir, Python 3 developed from the scratch again, so that you can add any new feature, no problem at all, because you are not required to provide compatibility for Python 2. Once we are not required to provide compatibility for Python 2, then you can add any new feature. Sir, we never going to worry about if this feature is going to work on Python 2 or not. backward compatibility is not there, sir, for in between Python 3 and Python 2. That's why Python 3 become more powerful and more do you know, popular, right? Remember, but by year 2020, remember that almost within 2 years, sir, by year 2020, Python people are not going to provide support for Python 2. Remember, okay? Sir, officially they are telling up to 2020 only, we will provide support for Python 2. After 2020, you have to go for Python 3 only. Clear? Are you able to understand, right? That's why. So whether you are Python 2 programmer or Python 3 programmer matters a lot. That's why highly recommended. Which version we have to go for? Which version we have to go for Python? Python 3. Python 3 highly recommended, sir. In your system, if you want to install, sir, Python version, then automatically, sir, better to go for what? Python 3. Python 3. Don't go for Python 2, sir. Of course, most of the syntax is the same. Almost around 90% of the things are same, but extra facilities are there in the Python 3. Okay? So which is not going to be provide support for Python 2. That's all. This is what you people should aware, sir. Okay, now can I go to the next level? After this is the clear. After this is the clear. How many versions are there? How many versions are there? Like yes, Ramesh. So yes, there is some possibility to integrate, but anyway, officially by default support is not there. Remember that, okay? So next, these are the 3 versions, whatever there. Can you please tell what are the current versions? Current version, updated version, current version of Python. Sir, what is the current version? Python 2. Python 2. Can you spell out, sir? I forgot. 2.7. 14, right? 2.7.14. Next one after that Python 3. What is the current version? Python 3.6. Respond, man. 3.6.5. 3.6.5. Just now I showed right in the Sir Python downloads. If you observe Windows 3.6.5, 2.7.14, these are the things. Next on Python 3.5 plus 3.5 plus cannot be used on Windows XP or earlier. So anyway, that is different. That's all, sir. These are the versions what you people should aware, right? Okay, that's all. So these things are just a basic introduction to the Python, sir. So what are various features are there for Python? Why the Python is popular? Next, what are various flavors are there for the Python? Next, and after that versions. All these things just the basics, right? I hope everyone got a clear clarity about this terminology, right? Okay. Can I go to the next level? Respond. Can I go to the next level? Okay. So now the next cinema, what we have to discuss are identifiers. Identifiers. Remember that. So now, what is the meaning of identifier? Are you getting? So the name itself indicates identifier, which can be used for identification purpose. Remember, identifier means which can be used for identification purpose. Suppose in our class there are several people are there, almost around 100 students are there, sir. Then how I can identify each person? Raghavendra, Rishi, Sanket, regarding Rishi, Sanket, Prudvi, so on. Like by names, I can able to identify. Correct, right? By names, I can able to identify. Sir, he is Ravi, he is Shiva, he is Pavan, or he is Raghavendra, he is Rishi. Like he is Bharat. Okay, like how I can identify each person? By name. That name in any program, name in Python program, Python program is called identifier. Remember this one, sir. Is called identifier by name. A name in Python program is called identifier. It can be class name. It can be class name. Okay. Next one after that, it can be variable name. Next, it can be function name, etc. Regarding any name, sir, it can be any either variable name or function name or class name, any name in Python program is by default considered as identifier. Everyone can aware? Are you able to understand what is the sir identifier? Identifier means what? Name in Python program, sir. Now my question is, sir, just something like A is equal to 10 I'm taking. Have you observed A is equal to 10 I'm taking, sir? Can you spell out which is the identifier here? Which is the identifier? A is equal to 10. A, name of the variable, right? A itself is nothing but identifier. Now I'm taking D, E, F, F1. Are getting a function, sir? D, E, F, F1. Can you spell out which is the identifier here? Which is the identifier? Identifier here? Yes, F1. F1 itself is nothing but identifier, not a def. Gausia, it is not a def. Sir, F1. Name itself is nothing but identifier. Remember that, okay? Any name in Python program is by default considered as identifier, right? So now, suppose I want to define my own identifier, right? I want to define my own identifier, right? So to define your own identifier, compulsory we have to follow certain rules. To define identifiers. Okay. Suppose best example, sir. If you are blessed with a kid, assume that if you blessed with a kid, sir, then compulsory some names you require to some name you have to provide, correct, right? Compulsory. There is a naming ceremony, the big festival in our house. I hope it's a big festival in our house, sir. So baby boy or baby girl birth itself is a big celebration. Next naming ceremony, like sir, it's a big. So name, while naming your kid, you have to follow certain rules and regulations. Compulsory. Either kid name starts with either your ancestor name, your grandfather name, or grandmother name, grandfather name, your ancestor names. Some people may use some god name like Sai or Venkatesha, Venkat, like some names like some god names they may use. Or some people may use sir, goddess names like or ancestor names, or otherwise some people maybe software engineer, they will open the Google. The names which are very difficult to spell out, very difficult to pronounce, those names some people are going to keep. Okay, like so while naming, compulsory we have to follow certain rules and regulations, man. Okay, suppose assume you have the kid, you have to name your kid. Now, are you going to keep your kid name as cat or dog or something like? Hey, respond, man. Are you going to keep your kid name as a dog or cat or something like? If you are going to keep the kid name as a dog or cat, at this time kid is the silent because he can't do anything. Once the kid can grow, he will give left and right definitely. Your name is some Pawan Kalyan, but my name is nothing but Subbaya or Elaya. Why you kept this type of name? Like so the parents. So at certain point the kid is going to give left and right to the parent. You know, I saw very recently, I mean last year somewhere, one Tamil movie, sir. In Tamil, Raghuvaran BTech. Anyone saw that? Maybe dubbed in Hindi and other languages also. Raghuvaran BTech. Raghuvaran BTech, their hero, what is his hero name? Hero name is Dhanush, right? Dhanush. That Dhanush is going to ask their parents. Dhanush is going to ask the parents, you kept my name as Sir Raghuvaran, villain name, but my brother name you kept as Karthi, hero name you kept. Karthik, good. Hero name you kept for my brother, but my name is you kept a villain name, something like he's going to fight with their parents, man, about the name. Okay, like so while defining the names, we have to take a bit very special care. Remember that, sir. Okay. So what rules are there to define Python identifiers, right? Sir, first rule. Remember that first rule. So which characters are allowed? Which characters are allowed? The only allowed characters. The only allowed characters are do you know alphabet symbols? Alphabet symbols. Happily you can take, sir. It may be lowercase or it may be uppercase, no problem at all. So both lowercase and uppercase. It may contain digits also, no problem at all. Digits 0 to 9. Any digit you can use, no problem, acceptable, sir. Next you can use underscore also. You can use underscore symbol also. Sir, these are the only allowed characters in Python identifiers, right? So by mistake, if you are trying to use any other, immediately you are going to get error, man. Remember, the only allowed characters in Python identifiers are alphabet symbols. It may be lowercase or uppercase, or digits you can take 0 to 9, underscore symbol you can use. That's also. Sir, by mistake, if you are trying to use any other character, immediately you are going to get error, sir. Suppose best example for you. Best example for you. If you observe, sir, x r c a s h is equal to 10. I'm taking perfectly valid, no problem at all. Cash c a s h c a dollar h is equal to 10. I'm taking, sir. Immediately, can you please observe that syntax error? Invalid syntax. Because the reason is you should not use a dollar symbol. You should not use a dollar symbol. That's why the only allowed characters in Python identifiers are sir, alphabet symbols, digits, and then underscore. Remember that, okay? So by mistake, if you are trying to use any other symbol like cash is equal to 10, perfectly this one is valid, sir. If I can take sir, dollar h, yeah, immediately dollar h is equal to 10, immediately this one is nothing but invalid. Like clear? Are you able to understand that? Yes, we will discuss Bharat. Don't worry. Just up to this is the clear for all of you, right? Array, up to this is the clear for all of you, right? Yes. Okay. Make sure, sir. You people should aware. Next, one small doubt, sir. The people are asking, Raghavendra. The people are asking, sir, are you going to provide notes for this or not? Yes. Okay. Remember that for each and everything what I'm going to discuss. For each and everything, notes by default will be there. Don't worry about that. Okay, sir. But make sure while just at least rough notes you can able to maintain. Okay, it's a good programming practice while listening. Okay, at least the important points better to take as the rough notes. But for everything after completing every topic, I will provide sir material. Don't worry about that. Sir, best example. Today we are talking about what? Today we are just talking about this I mean identifiers concept, right? Python language fundamentals. Language fundamentals is there anywhere? List data structure. Yes, Python LF. Okay, Python language fundamentals, like almost around 31 pages. Just only first unit, 31 pages. First unit, language fundamentals, like just now I'm covering one point. Have a look once. Have a look once. Yesterday session, all these things I covered. Just now I covered flavors of Python, C Python, Jython, Iron Python, PyPy, Ruby Python, Anaconda Python, like okay, like Python versions. Sir, current versions anyway updated, right? Don't worry. Next, here just observe the identifier. A name in Python program is called identifier. It can be a class name or function name or module name or variable name. Rules to define identifiers. The only allowed. Are you, Raghavendra? Are you able to see, right? Yes, for each and every point, whatever I'm explaining, sir, material by default will be there. Don't worry about that. But anyway, after completing every topic, I will share this PDF material, right? Okay, that's all. So don't worry about material sake. I will share each and every point. So if I'm telling something, it will be there in our material. Okay, even some extra things I'm covering, I will add those extra things in the current material, and then I will share with you people. Don't worry. Okay, sir. Now have a look once, sir. So the only allowed characters are alphabet symbols, digits, and then underscore. Okay, well. Now the second rule, sir. Sir, can you please tell? Already some student is asking, Bharat, I hope. He is asking the question. Sir, can you please tell 1, 2, 3 total? Is it valid or invalid? Oh, respond. 1, 2, 3 total. Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Yes. Okay. Make sure, sir, invalid. What is the reason is? Sir, you are allowed. You can take only these symbols only. But identifier should not start with the digit. Remember that. Identifier should not start with the digit. That is the second rule. Identifier should not start with the digit like this, right? Okay. So like you people should aware, it should not start with the digit. Suppose if I can take total 1, 2, 3. Can you please tell, is it valid or not? Yes, this one is the valid, no problem at all. Sir, this rule not only in Python, sir, not only in Python, Almost all programming languages having this rule. In Java also, identifier should not start with digit. Remember this one, should not start with the digit. Identifier, so even in C language, I hope, okay, most of the languages having these rules. But now my question is, sir, is it starts with the underscore symbol? Yes, why not, man? Rule is you should not start with the digit. You can start with underscore symbol, two underscore symbols, no problem at all, acceptable. Okay, like next third one, sir. Identifiers are case sensitive. Remember this one. Identifiers are case sensitive. Remember. So lowercase and uppercase. Lowercase and uppercase, both there is a difference in there, sir, because Python itself is case sensitive programming language. Remember, Python itself is what? Case sensitive programming language. Okay, sir, best example, if I can take, sir, I'm taking total is equal to 777, sir, value. Sir, now I'm taking total is equal to 888, I'm taking, sir. Observe, sir, now how many total variables are there, sir? Sir, like total is equal to 999, I'm taking. Sir, how many total variables are there? 3 variables are available, sir. Small total, capital total, and cap only first letter is the uppercase and so on. Now, if I can take a small total, 777 is the answer we are going to get. If I can take a capital total, 888 is the answer we are going to get. If I can take a total, 999 itself is the answer. Are you getting right? So case wise, there is a difference there or not? Yes, Python is a case sensitive programming language. That's why identifiers are case sensitive, sir. Remember that either lowercase and uppercase, there is a difference is there. Okay, like we covered already, right? Sir, what is the next one, sir? Next, sir, there are some reserved words are there. Okay, reserved words. Of course, we will discuss, right? If is there, if is a reserved word. Elif is a reserved word in Python. Next one after that, elif is a reserved word in Python. Def is a reserved word in Python. Are you getting? So these kind of things, sir, are reserved words. What is the meaning of that next topic? Somewhere we are going to discuss. Don't worry about that. So if elif, def, like these things are reserved words. We can't use reserved words as identifiers. Are you getting? We can't use reserved words, yeah, identifiers. Observe that a bit very carefully, sir. We can't use reserved words as identifiers. Okay, best example, sir. If is equal to 10, I'm taking. If is equal to 10, I'm taking. Have you observed? Syntax error. Because if you are not allowed to use, suppose if I can take if is equal to 10, I'm taking. Is it valid or not? Oi, is it valid or not? If is equal to 10, I'm taking. Valid. Because the reason is small if is the reserved word, but not capital I. That's why it is itself is acceptable. Suppose DEF is equal to 20. Syntax error. Oi, DEF itself is nothing but 20. Syntax error. Because the reason is some DEF is a reserved word. That's why we are not allowed to use. We are not allowed to use. Remember that, sir. So we can't use reserved words as identifiers. Remember that, sir. Okay. So next, what is the next rule? Remember that. Can you please tell max? How many characters are allowed in Python identifier? Anyone? Can you please tell? Max. How many? What is the max length of the identifier? Max length. What is the max length of the identifier, sir? How many characters? How many letters are allowed? Okay. Very simple, sir. Make sure 32 or 64. 32 or 64. Yes. Is it 32 or 64, sir? Anyone? Can you please tell? Is it 32 or 64? Yes. Okay. Sir, make sure there is no length limit for Python identifiers. Okay, remember that. There is no length limit for Python identifiers. Okay, for Python identifiers, right? Okay, make sure, sir. So you can take, if you want, you can take any length, no problem at all. No limit for length of identifier, Python identifiers, right? But make sure, sir, it is not recommended. It is not recommended to take too lengthy identifiers. If you are going to take too lengthy identifier, then readability of the program by default is going to be down. Remember that. That's why readability wise not recommended to take too lengthy identifiers, right? But anyway, as of now, no limit is there. If you want, you can take 1 crore length identifier also. Remember that. But in other languages, of course, in Java no limit, but in C language or somewhere there is some limit is there, sir. Compulsory max you can take 32 or 64 characters only you are allowed to take, right? There is some limit, but here no such type of limit at all. Okay. Next, sir, dollar symbol is not allowed in Python. Is not allowed in Python identifiers, right? Dollar symbols are not allowed in Python identifier because these are the only symbols, right? These are the only symbols, right? Either alphabet symbols we can use, either alphabet symbols we can use, we can use either alphabet symbols we can use, okay, or digits we can use, or underscore symbol we can use, no problem at all. But do you know, sir, this is nothing but something like we can't use dollar symbol, okay? These kind of things we are not allowed to use, right? But if you observe in Java, if you observe in Java, do you know dollar symbol is allowed or not allowed? Yes, dollar symbol is perfectly allowed, sir, no problem at all. But in Python, you are not allowed to use dollar symbol. Make sure, sir, you people should aware. I hope, are you able to understand, right? Okay, that's all. These are the things what you people should be aware about the Python identifiers, right? Okay, remember. Sir, next, which of the following are valid Python identifiers? Can you please cross check, sir? So just a small question I want to take. Sir, up to this, sir, what are various rules we cover? What is identifier? What rules are there? What rules are there to, sir, to define identifiers, right? Sir, any name in Python program is called identifier. It can be class name, variable name, or function name, etc. Right? Sir, rules to define identifier. These are the only characters. Regarding these are the only characters. Alphabet symbols, digits, and underscore. Sir, identifier should not start with a digit. Identifiers are case sensitive. We can't use reserved words as identifier. There is no length limit, sir. You can take any length, no problem at all. Remember that. Sir, now which of the following are Python identifiers? Valid identifiers. Python valid identifiers. Okay, like sir, just I'm taking 1, 2, 3 total. Can you please respond? Is it valid or not? Oh, respond, each and every person. Is it valid or invalid? We covered total 1, 2, 3. Next, and after that, okay, Java to share. Okay, Java to share. Next, CA $H. Next, sir, total number. Number means hash symbol we can use, no problem at all. Next, underscore. Next, underscore ABC ABC. Like this I'm taking, sir. Okay, like next, DEF. Next, and after that, if. Can you spell out, sir? First one valid or invalid? 1, 2, 3 total. Identifier should not start with a digit. That's why it is invalid. Okay, this one is invalid. But second one, sir, is it valid or not? Yes, perfectly. Second one is valid because identifier can sir, it is total 1, 2, 3 valid. Java to share.com itself is nothing but, do you know, is valid, no problem at all, sir. Java to share.com itself is valid. Sir, $cash itself is invalid. What is the reason? Dollar symbol we are not allowed. And this one is also invalid because hash symbol is not allowed. Next, underscore ABC perfectly valid, sir, no problem at all. DEF perfectly invalid because it's the reserved word we are not allowed to use. Then immediately you may ask the question, sir, how to remember which are reserved words? Regarding which are reserved words, don't worry, sir. Python contains 33 reserved words are there. All those reserved words we are going to discuss. Okay, sir, like make sure DEF invalid. Sir, last one is also invalid because it is also reserved word. Completed? Are you able to understand, sir? What are what is identifier, what are various rules are there to define identifiers, right? So just small loopholes you people should aware. Maybe in the next session somewhere we may discuss these things, right? Don't worry about that, sir. Just aware these words, remember that, sir. So sometimes identifier starts with the underscore symbol. Regarding identifier starts with the underscore symbol. Sir, if I can take underscore abc, underscore abc, yes, is it valid or not? Respond, is it valid or not? Okay, remember it's a valid. Underscore starts with underscore symbol. If identifier starts with underscore symbol, then it indicates the it is private. Are you getting? Then it indicates that it is a private. Maybe in the next session somewhere we will discuss in detail. Don't worry about that. Sir, if the identifier starts with the underscore symbol, okay, oh, it is boss. It itself is nothing but private, man, private. Like you should aware. Next, if the underscore starts with the if the identifier starts with the two underscore symbols. Are you getting? Two underscore symbols? Then two underscore symbols, there it is a strongly private identifier. What is the meaning of that? Don't worry about that. In the next sessions we will discuss. Bharat, just aware. Oh, identifier starts with underscore. There is some significance there. Just as of now, just remember that it is a strongly private identifier. Remember that, sir. Okay, like that. Next, third one, sir. Okay, sir, starts with one underscore symbol, starts with the two underscore symbols. Are you getting? Starts with the two underscore symbols, right? Okay, what is the next one? Array starts with Rajesh. Okay, starts with one underscore symbol, starts with the two underscore symbol. Next, what is the third one? Starts and ends. Starts and ends with the two underscore symbols, sir. Sir, underscore abc underscore are a bit dangerous thing. Not a three underscore sanket, sir, two underscores only. Starts and ends with the two underscore symbol. If anywhere this type of thing is there, it is indicates that this identifier is language defined special name. Remember this one, sir. Language defined special identifier. Language defined special identifier, right? Sir, do you know in Python constructor concept is there, sir? In Python, constructors concept is there. Remember that constructors concept is there in Python. Next, and after that, sir, operator overriding concept is also there. Something like magic methods like we are going to use. Sir, in all those cases, language specific identifiers we are going to use, right? Sir, best example, underscore init underscore. This is for constructor. Remember that underscore init underscore. It is a language specific word, sir. Remember. Similarly, we are going to discuss underscore name underscore. Like sir, like this is if anywhere, sir, starts and ends with the two underscore symbols, you people should aware this thing is a language specific identifier. There is some special significance is there. Clear? Are you able to understand, right? Okay, so that's all. This is what you people should aware, right? Okay, so this is about what is identifier. Next, if the under starts with underscore symbols story, okay, you should aware. Remember. Sir, next, three underscores valid, but there is no special significance, Sanket. It is valid. There is no special significance. Okay, remember. Next, what is the special? What is the significance of this one underscore, two underscore, and sir, ends and starts with two underscores, right? In the next session, somewhere we are going to discuss. Don't worry much about that. Just as of now, just aware. Oh, underscore. Before underscore, there is some meaning is there. Okay, there is some significance is there. Like you should aware. Next, starting and ends with a single underscore. No special significance, Bharat. No special significance. Okay, special significance is available only for these kind of things. Just to improve readability, like yes. because that these things are conventions. Regarding these are sanket. These are the conventions. Conventions are required to follow something like. Okay. So that's all. This is about identifiers concept. What we have. Okay. Next thing, what we are going to discuss, reserved words. Remember this one, reserved words. Can you tell, sir? I hope what is the meaning of reserved word? Reserved word. Rishi, your doubt also will be clarified here. Okay, what is the reserved word? What it means is very simple, sir. Very simple. Just to make sure, sir, you people should aware. Sir, suppose if you remember the golden days in your life, something like going to the school, going to the school. Once you I hope you people may remember your school days, not college days. College days is the two worst because compulsory you have to write the exams, percentage, all those things came in the picture. But school days are happiest life. Okay, just LKG or nursery, something like a play school, like a wonderful days, right? So now, can you please observe, if you go to the school, if you remember that first in the school, what things we learn? Huh? What things we learn in the first in the school? Alphabet symbols, correct or not? A, B, C, D, something like alphabet symbols we learn first. A, B, C, D, something like alphabet symbols. Next, after alphabet symbols, sir, slowly next thing means A for apple. Array, A for apple, B for are getting A for apple, B for Ray, ball, bat, boy. Okay, like a B for banana, B for banana, C for cat, something like D for dog, something like we have. I hope you people may remember, right? May remember this. Sir, do you know, sir, apple, bat, cat, dog. What are these things? Regarding what are these things? These things are okay. Sir, reserved words in English language. Are you getting? Apple, this word reserved to represent one type of fruit. Are you getting that? Bat, this word is reserved to represent one type of item. Okay, bat. Like cat, one type of animal. Dog, one type of animal. Are you getting that? Okay, like so in any language, it may be general speaking language or programming language. Some words are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality. Are you getting that? Some words are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality. Such type of words, sir, which are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality, those words are by default considered as reserved words. Remember this one, sir. Sir, what is the reserved word? The words which are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality. Such type of words are by default considered as reserved words. Everyone can aware? Yes? Are you able to understand, right? What is the meaning of reserved word? The words which are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality. Such type of words by default considered reserved words. Sir, now my question is, in English language, how many words, how many reserved words are there? I'm not talking about how many alphabet symbols are there. Hey, how many reserved words are there in English language? How many? Lakhs, correct? Lakhs, many lakhs of reserved words are there, man. If you see Oxford Dictionary, do you know Oxford Dictionary? Oh, there are, do you know, almost around a big book. Are you getting? A big book by default will be there, sir. You can't count also, cannot be. You can't count also, like, sir, make sure. Sir, English language is a very difficult language because you have to learn so many things, sir. But make sure, sir, my Python language is the very small chota programming language, right? Are you getting? Python having how many reserved words are there? Just 33 reserved words are there. Are you getting? So just 33. Sorry, in Python, if you want to use any word, only these 33 words only you have to use, man. How easy programming language is the Python, man. Are you getting? Just only 33 reserved words are there in the Python, man. In the Python. But if you consider that, if you consider the Java language, in Java we have 53. We have 53. Sir, Java is a very difficult, man. Very difficult when compared with Python. Here just we require to aware only 33 reserved words. If you aware these 333 reserved words, if you understand these three, Python by default got completed, right? Remember that, okay? That's why compulsory you people should aware about these 33 reserved words. Clear, right? Clear. Only 20 word different. Just don't count only word. The usage also, Sanket. The usage also. That is a very important, man. Sir, only 20 number only, right? Almost a double, man. Almost a double. The usage is also like, because once a reserved word is there, you have to aware complete story, how to use, for which purpose, what are these rules about that, all those nonsense we have to aware, man. Okay, that, but in Python only 33 are there, right? That's why, sir, remember, understanding these 33 is very easy when compared with 53, man. Like, anyway, just aware. So that's all. Just these are the things what I have to discuss at the part of today's session, sir. Sir, which reserved words are there? Next, and after that, is there any loopholes associated with those? All those things in the next session, we will discuss in detail. Don't worry about that. Okay? Can I stop the session? Just I'm stopping. Just 2 minutes. I will talk. Yeah.